Welcome back. Welcome back, WNYWaterCooler.com podcast. We got Steven Coast.
What's up, Steve? I can't remember where I left. I can't even remember last week's podcast. It was such a blur. Were we like optimistic still?
Mm, I predicted a loss. I think you predicted a 3-point win.
I predicted like 24-23. Did you hit the score exactly?
No, I said 21-20, I think.
Okay. What did no rough? Well, we were both kind of on the right track
I
as
never
far as
thought I
how
would
the
say
game
at
would go.
least I have the Mets. I never thought I would ever say that in my life.
Uh,
But uh, this team is, I don't know. I mean, I've been right the whole time, sadly. Just
yeah.
Khalil Shakir goes out and it's like we lost Jerry Rice in 1993.
I know. I mean, there's no way that losing Khalil Shakir should make this much of a difference. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've said this before, but I've never been lower on the team than I am right now at this moment. I think I might have said it after the Jets game opener last year, but man, that was the despicable performance all the way around. Offense, defense, coaching, just so disappointing at this stage of this operation to watch something so pitiful from the top down, everybody in a big road game against a team where if you have any design, ideas of, being the one seed to lay an egg like that, it's really just a gut punch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought the defense was good after the first quarter. I mean, it helps when they lose their best player, but yeah, the one seed now is I don't think it's really a possibility. I mean, Chiefs
Well,
also are just somehow always winning.
well, the Chiefs are 5-0, and you already lost the tiebreaker with Houston and Baltimore. So unless you somehow go 14-3, it's over. You're looking at the
Yeah.
4 seed at best, and
I mean,
you know,
Baltimore and Houston to me, their coach seemed confused. He didn't seem like a good coach. Their offense, I was not. Yeah, Stroud. I mean, he could do something that our quarterback can. He can complete a long pass. But that was it. I didn't see anything he did really.
I mean,
He's
they drove the ball pretty much at will.
dumping the ball off to that
Well,
running
that's
back who played for some other team, Agadagadabagadabu, or whatever the fuck his name was. That was their play, just dumping it off to him.
working.
It did
On
keep
third,
working, but
kept working on third downs too, and you know they jumped out to a 20-3 lead. And this is the problem. The defense, they settled in, whatever. I don't care. You can't give up 14 points in the first like 5 minutes of the game. This is 2 weeks in a row. And then, obviously you would expect or you would want your offense to keep up and score. But regardless, you cannot give up. We got the stop on their first drive because they like seemingly gave up. It was like 3rd and 10. They just like ran it. But the next two drives, I mean, obviously they had the long pass to Collins, but the other drive, very easy. And then Collins gets hurt, and that was a huge deal in the game. And then Stroud was
he
actively
turned into a pumpkin.
he was trying to lose the game the whole fourth quarter, and we couldn't take advantage.
We would have been better off if there was no intentional grounding because they would have kicked the field goal and we would have gotten the ball at a regular spot with 40 seconds left.
Well, I think the ground. I don't know if they were in field goal or like realistic field goal range, but
What is in
I
field
mean,
goal range against us? No field goal kicker ever misses against us
yeah,
unless we have 12 men on the field. I
I
don't
was
get how's that possible?
I wanted to do some homework before this podcast, and there was two things I wanted
Oh,
to do.
holy shit, really?
I'll have to do it next week. But I
Oh,
wanted to go
well,
through and figure. I wanted to look at field goal percentage against since like 2020 because I feel like it's got to be like 95. I mean, it's insane how these no one misses a kick against us like ever. And
Unless we have
in
12 people on the field.
right. And the other thing is I wanted to go through every single like one score loss we've had, which is like almost every loss. And at least like half of them, you know, I feel like there's something totally bizarre coaching or just in general that has to happen. I mean, we've talked about it so many times, but the way we lose games is just it's freaking insane how we lose games. Like I'd rather the Baltimore game, at least we just got our ass kicked, and we don't have to like talk about these preposterous endings to these games. It's crazy.
Why did we pass the ball 3 times? I don't get that
I
at
don't
the
have a
end.
problem. I don't have a problem with the pass plays. I
3?
Yeah, because you're either doing 0 or 3, and
Does anyone realize that our running back could maybe run for 8 yards? Uh,
yeah, he
or,
maybe
or
could,
God
but
forbid, 11?
yeah, but look at all the runs we had in the fourth quarter. They were all like 1 yard, 1 yard, 0 yards, 2 yards. And the whole thing, McDermott, he got crushed for that. I think it hides from the true problems of the game, which really are the way the offense played and the way the defense started the game. But McDermott declines the 10-second runoff, which was an aggressive decision, but no one had a problem with it at the time. And then
So what happened? I didn't hear. So with 10-second runoff after the penalty was declined?
so we get the intentional grounding, and then I guess it's up to the team who the penalty, up to us if we wanted to accept a 10-second runoff or not.
Why would it be
And
our choice if the penalty
um,
was on us?
the penalty was on Houston. The
What?
intentional grounding.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we had the choice if we wanted to take the 10-second runoff. And McDermott said no because he
Okay.
wanted to give our offense a chance. Well, if it's a touchback, we get the ball to 20, and we got a shot here.
I
But
didn't rewatch the punt. I
they
mean, the way
pinned us at
he,
the 3.
yeah, no, I know. Well, I know where they marked it at the 3. It looked like he caught it at the 5. But didn't our, what was our returner doing? Did he just run away from it?
I think it bounced like right there, and I
Yeah,
think the
yeah.
hope was that it would bounce into the end zone for a touchback.
Of
But
course,
that
yeah, bad luck there. But I mean, Houston was returning the ball from their 3
yeah
woods which I don't know. I mean, he ended up having a good game, but one or two of those decisions was pretty strange.
yeah. But so when they pinned us back at the 3, the decision to not accept the runoff backfired right away. So then at that point, it's kind of a lose lose for McDermott in that if he just runs it 3 times into the line and Houston gets the ball back and wins, he's going to get crushed for being too conservative. The problem I have is,
But
and I
if
don't know if
it's
this is
if
on.
it's 3rd and 3, we might not run, or Allen would have an option of running or passing.
Yeah,
I,
if
yeah, I just didn't like the pass. We weren't passing the ball. The motherfucker couldn't complete a pass.
I don't like the passes we threw. I I don't mind them passing because they need to get a first down. I thought and I don't know if this is on Brady or who. I mean, there's a lot we could get into on it, but the passes that Allen attempted were inexcusable on first and second down. Inexcusable. And I don't know who that's on, but it's an inexcusable decision by Allen or the coordinator to have those be the plays. And it's a combination of who you're throwing it to, the type of throws you're doing. I mean, Allen might have been half unconscious. We don't know, but regardless, that's how the whole game went. It was botched. It was botched, and I mean, it was really just a microcosm of how the passing game was the entire game. It was an embarrassment. Worst completion percentage for a quarterback throwing 30 passes or more in 30 years, over 30 years. It was
Yeah,
the
I need
worst
to have Joshy
performance.
Poo's fucking PR team. This guy is Teflon in this town. I
It
mean,
was
you and the other fanboys are just like, I mean, you guys
just,
think I rooted for the team to lose. You guys just root for him and don't care about the team. I feel like it's
and I
very
mean,
strange.
it was a disgraceful performance that he had that contributed to us to losing the game. But there's a lot of problems I have with everything that happened
I've been
That
telling you Matt Collins is a disgrace
disgrace.
since July.
That first deep ball, I'm sorry, but that was a perfect throw, man. As soon as that ball, like
Mm,
Collins sees the ball in the air and he like slowed down his like gait changed. He like got all panicky. You're an NFL receiver. It was a joke, man. I thought that was like a pathetic effort by him to kind of hit him in the fingertips
of
anyways. But he
course he
like,
panicked. He's never had more than 18 catches in a season.
yeah. And then we come back and we're throwing him a deep ball on the most important sequence of the game. It's it's insanity.
Yeah, well, welcome to my world. I mean,
There, dude.
the
We
reality.
the biggest one of the biggest things too that I've have as a takeaway from that game is I think we've talked about in the past. I think maybe the over rotation of players. We have guys coming in and out every play. Our best players are on the bench for like 40% of the plays. Dalton Kincaid on the bench for 23 out of 61 snaps. He played 38 snaps. Keon Coleman, 38 snaps. Hook, 36 snaps. Knox, 33 snaps. Alec Anderson, 17 snaps. We're supposed to be this 12 personnel team that when you have two tight ends that are good in pass in receiving in a receiving role and you can run the ball, that's the whole point of that. We blew it, man. We have these two tight ends that we don't use. Knox has 3 catches for 30 yards on the season. You want to be a
Alec
12
Anderson was our
personnel
best
team?
receiver out there, but best eligible receiver out there
I
on
guess
Sunday.
so. It's a joke. You It was a roster building failure if they can't run the ball with those two tight ends on the field. You not Kincaid's got to be on the field unless he needs a break. This guy has to play 90% of the snaps. You made
We
the
did the same
investment in
shit
him.
bullshit last year. It was the sixth lineman in there.
The sixth line,
What are we paying Knox to do? Do, do HVAC commercials?
but the dude used to make plays down the field. He's
Once
like
in a while.
27. Like he's not old. Like we can use these guys
He should
differently.
be volunteering during the week to fucking fix people's furnaces because he's not doing anything else.
No, 3 catches for 30 yards. This is the guy who had back-to-back seasons with over 500 yards and 15 touchdowns. And we're throwing the ball to Matt Collins 6 times a game for nothing. Nothing. He catches 25% of the balls thrown to him. It's
The
a
other thing,
failure every time we do it.
the other thing I had in this game, like, and we didn't even talk about it last week. Von Miller just not even on the team, gets suspended. So with him out, and then Oliver magically hurts his hamstring in practice on a Friday. How does a D lineman hurt his hamstring in practice? What is he doing? So he's out. They're both out. 5 starters are out. I mean,
Yeah,
at some point, that's. I mean, it gets overlooked because everyone gets injuries, but I mean, 5 starters.
yeah. I mean, this is
That's
better part
40
of two.
something percent of, according to my abacus. That's almost half.
That's better part of 2 seasons. We've been playing with half of a backup defense, and that's just a fact. Like just last week we didn't have Oliver and Miller. We didn't have Milano. Our safeties are who are our safeties? Oh, Bishop, who just like I think he like blacked out for a second and forgot we were like in the middle of a football game on that Collins TD. Hamlin, I thought Hamlin was definitely going to get cut this year. He's like our he's a staple back there now. I mean,
Yeah.
the
And
guys we
Teron
have,
Johnson's out too, but
we hunt,
Bernard
we
came
hunt.
back and he instantly makes a play. What
Yeah,
was
he
that
made a good play.
pass? What was that pass? It wasn't even to the receiver.
No, it was allegedly there. Stroud said
The
he's like,
receiver was
oh,
supposed to stop or something.
in his like little interview after the game, he said, "Oh, 43 made an amazing play on that." Like Bernard like was
But if
like
Bernard
covering.
didn't catch it, it would have just sailed to nobody.
I didn't see it again, but like Bernard was like covering one guy and then like just came off him and like he knew the pass was going to some other dude. Just I mean Bernard just made a play and Bernard made a great play on the 4th and 1 stop too. Like, do you remember that? Where there it was 14-3. They just marched. And then it was
Yeah.
4th and 1, and they ran that terrible
Yeah, that
Aguna
play
guy.
was
I mean, the game could have been a blowout very easily.
yeah, that play gets forgotten, but they weren't even close on that play, and they weren't close on the play before that either. I think they ran it on 3rd and 2 or something.
Not really. It was, I think it was like 3rd and 13 or something, and they got like 12 on a dump off.
Oh, well, maybe that's what it was, but
And then they went for it quick and got stuffed. And I mean, the pick was at like the 20. So it was just, we were lucky to be in the game. Um, but just, you know, offensively, just a disgrace. Just a disgrace.
and then we got to go to the Jets, who just own us. I mean,
Worst possible game to have right now is the Jets.
what? But it's so strange. This franchise we're playing is just
They're a joke.
they
They're
are
an absolute joke.
like literally a joke or figuratively a joke. I think both. Like
Yeah.
they fire their coach, who I mean, I didn't really have much respect for the guy, the way that he acts. But you're in that New York City media, and your franchise is just horrid. It's like being the coach of the Sabres. I don't want to mention that franchise, but like people actually care, or a lot of people care. Like the Jets, it's like an impossible job. You get these quarterbacks that are just, I mean, whatever. But he gets fired after a London game because they lost by 3 to an undefeated team, where their quarterback throws 3 interceptions. I don't know. And then they get this new guy, the defensive coordinator, who probably did nothing. And then he says that the offensive coordinator is not going to call the plays now.
Right. Which is the rumor was that Salah wanted to do that, like make that change Tuesday or whatever. Or I think I heard he might have even wanted to fire him, and that like once I don't know if that contributed to or whatever, but
So yeah,
Salah gets
if
fired.
whether he was going to fire him or just take away the play calling duties, why you're hiring Hackett as your OC anyway? I mean, yeah, they love Aaron Rodgers. They move heaven and earth for this guy, and
That dude's calling the shots, man. There's no doubt about it. Aaron Rodgers is calling the shots there, and he's in the media lying to Pat McAfee. The guy's a joke. Talk about jokes. That dude is a joke. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, I'm insulted that anyone would think that I had anything. I love Robert. Like there's that
yeah, what did he
viral
say?
clip.
Beyond the pale, or what he said? The way he phrased it is just like no one says it that way unless they're just lying.
Completely lying.
I take when it wasn't I take exception to it. It was
I resent or something.
I resent yeah, I resent that. Like no one says I resent that.
You,
Is
you
this an
clearly
1800s novel? You ride a wagon to work? I don't know, but
he was responsible for the move 100%. And, everyone saw that viral clip of him pushing Salah away on the sideline. And, Rodgers loves Hackett. And he's got that organization by the balls. And
so the thing is that so the head coach is gone, and they always say there's a big bump. But to me, I mean, maybe I'm just looking at rose-colored glasses because I am always so positive. But it, isn't that more so if the team quit on the head coach? To me, I don't think the team quit on the head coach.
yeah, I agree. I think I'm telling myself the same thing. Like, to me, it's the bump, the new coach bump thing is
He's like, oh,
when
glad he's fucking out of here.
exactly like everyone knows it was like time and like, it was just a relief when it was finally over. This seems like an out of the blue, like,
I bet you most of the players, especially on defense, would have been shocked about that.
no one, I guarantee everyone was blindsided by it.
I mean, they get
Except
home from
except
London.
Rodgers.
What time would they have gotten home from London? And they probably didn't do anything Monday. I don't know exactly how they all do that stuff, but
Coaches probably do the interviews and shit still, I would think, or maybe they do them Tuesday. I would think they do like the Monday press conferences. Maybe I don't know. Depends when they get back, I guess.
yeah.
But I wonder if he did one on Monday.
And
Maybe he
the
did.
other thing that was funny, I thought Mangini, the old coach there, who knows the owner, I'm sure, he's like, oh yeah, the owner will be embarrassed if they lose in London. They're gonna have because he was an ambassador overseas and all that bullshit. And so he
Yeah.
basically called it like, oh, if he gets embarrassed, his heads will roll. I would listen to someone like Mangini. I mean, he's got an axe to grind, I'm sure, but something like that, that's pretty funny. But
Yeah. I don't even know why they were so embarrassed. They were underdogs in the game. They lost by whatever. I mean, the quarterback played like shit, but
yeah, they
I
lost
don't
by 4 points, and the quarterback threw a horrid interception for a touchdown
know. Yeah.
to our old
So
boy. Van Kinkel, that guy owned us. Thank God we don't play him.
Van Geekel, Van Noy, these Vans just like didn't Van Noy play for the Pats and just like torment us for some period of time for them too?
Yeah, and he made a huge play for Baltimore last week.
How that dude's got to be like 40. I feel like he was like on the that guy. It feels like he's been in the league forever. But
He has been.
yeah, I don't know. He almost hurt. He concussed Allen. Allen's first concussion was because of him. Or no, it was the next guy that came in and hit him, but he was in on that play.
Hmm.
Allen's gonna get killed if this keeps up.
Uh, well, I'm saying there's a year where he's going to get injured and be out for the year. So that's part of the whole thing of why are we wasting a year getting rid of Diggs, having no extra draft capital this year, not having less cap space. Who would have thought? Oh man, we don't have good enough weapons to compete for a Super Bowl. I mean, isn't that the goal? And the whole thing, I
Well,
don't have to be an optometrist to see it.
I didn't think we were gonna be like deploying Hollins like he's Eric Molds. I I
Yeah,
thought he
but
was gonna.
what did you think we were going to have? That idiot from Alabama, the rookie. Uh,
No, I thought.
what's his
Well,
name?
Shavers.
Shavers. Yeah.
No, my expectation was well the first three games I think we were just I don't know that was maybe too good to be true, but
Maybe.
I was expecting you know Kincaid to be a focal point, someone that gets like 10 targets a game, like a Kelsey. We don't throw to this guy. We don't throw to this guy. And I thought the Knox Kincaid combo was going to be dangerous. Cook's been good, and Shakir's been good. I mean, Shakir being hurt, I just can't imagine that can cause this much of a problem. But Coleman, I think Coleman, when he gets an opportunity, he looks good. We just don't throw him
He's
the
looked
ball.
all right. Yeah, he's looked all right. An honest assessment of him, I'll say he's looked all right. And
When
he hasn't been out there a lot. I mean, while you don't go to practice on time or meetings or whatever, he's whatever the hell he's doing. I don't know.
well, I mean,
Buying jackets from Kohl's.
he plays half the game, and we don't throw to him. Like, move the guy into the slot, like everyone said he should be, with Shakir,
We have
and
five slot guys.
just
There's only two slots.
I don't know. I mean, if you want Valdez Scantling out there every other play, just
No.
have him run down the field to keep the defense honest. Like that's better than throwing a 10 yard, whatever comeback route.
That he won't
And
catch
what
anyway.
into one of the biggest plays of the game when they got their best player on them. We throw it to Valdez Scantling. We draft a guy because he's good at contested catches, and we throw to the guy on 3rd and 10 in the fourth quarter of a tight game to the guy that notoriously can't catch.
But thank God we threw again to a running back who couldn't get in bounds. I mean, a receiver is going to get in bounds there, most likely. And,
That was close. That was
and
pretty close. I mean,
that sequence where Allen comes back from the injury, could we have not like caught them by surprise with putting Trubisky out there? Like everyone knew it. Couldn't you just bunch up and just have him? I mean, the guy was a top 2 pick.
I was screaming for the bootleg.
Exactly.
Like
Something
everyone, exactly. Everyone on earth knew we were going to just run into the line there.
even just a
Run
play
away.
action play.
Yeah,
If it's
roll him
not there,
out.
throw it out of the end zone.
I completely agree. If you want to trick them, this is where I feel like there's just like I don't know, man.
You could have a 13-year-old kid that comes up with these plays.
Yeah, I
If
just
you
I
don't
don't know.
trust him to run that play, to run a play action pass. Why is he on the field? Why is he on, or why is he on the team? Why is he on the roster?
I mean, you can easily call a play where it's like, oh, we're going to trick them or nothing's there and you throw it away. We ran it for no yards anyways. Like we did the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We ran the ball on first down. 67% of this, what was it? 19 and 25 first down plays for runs. Come on with that. That's
Yeah, I just
insane. That's insane. I mean, I'm not saying it needs to be 19-25 the other way, but it should be like 50-50. I mean, crazy, man. And I don't know anything about football, so I hate to like just rip on Joe Brady, but like, I don't know, like, man, this is the defensive coordinators got film on this guy now, and it seems like we went from it's like they figured him out, and now it's like, what's going to be his, what's he going to do now to as a changeup? Does he have anything to deploy? So I don't know. We'll see.
well, I'm not optimistic, but I, this the whole thing is just so the spread was I'm looking it up now. It's still 2.5. Money's on sort of on the Jets. Total's 41.
Are we favored?
Yeah, Bills minus 2.5.
Why? I'm taking the Jets.
I don't know. I mean, the Jets.
I mean, we
This
don't play
game is
well in New York. Yeah, we don't. When was the last good offensive game we had in New York? 2021, maybe. The last two have been terrible.
yeah. Even yeah, last year.
Well,
Jesus.
2022, we lost. I think I'd have to go back and check now. Can't remember, but we never played good there.
I think we played well Darnold's first year, but I think we lost, but we put up a bunch of points. Or wait, oh, Darnold had 5 interceptions, or maybe I'm conflating that with a different
Well,
game.
2018, I remember pretty much. So 2018 was the Matt Barkley game. Remember that one where we were like went off out of the blue and we like
Yeah.
let them. And then 2019 was the opener where we had that comeback in the second half. Allen hit Brown late. We won like 17-16. 2020, we didn't score a touchdown, but we won. I think it was like 18-10. We had 6 field goals. I don't think we punted in the game, but we didn't score a touchdown. Uh, um, you remember that game?
No, I
We
don't.
didn't. It was like the only time a team like didn't punt or score a TD like ever. Um,
Who was their coach before? Because that wasn't solid. Oh yeah, Gaze.
and then so that was 2020. 2021,
Gaze. Jesus.
yeah, last year was the opener. Remember that one. 2 years ago was the UCL injury at the end where
Oh yeah, and Allen threw a pick on the first drive to the right, throwing to the right, and we're just like, what the hell?
then 2021. What was the 2021 Jets game? It's gonna piss me off. 2021. Oh, we smoked them in 2021, I think. Yeah, I think we smoked them in 2021.
Yeah, early on, Saleh did it. We actually we
Yeah.
his first year.
I think Allen had like I think we had like a big offensive outburst actually. He might have scored like 40. But yeah, but the last 2 years have been I mean, they got a really good defense, and I'm not expecting our offense to do anything. And with these injuries, I don't expect Cook to play. I don't expect Shakir to play. So we're looking at Ty Johnson, and I mean,
45-17, 2021. Yeah, we
yeah,
rolled them up.
yeah. So it's how I don't see us being able to do much of anything
Well,
on
I think
offense.
Cook will play. I think when the run we're doing this on a Thursday. He didn't practice, but he was there with his unit. But the last thing we didn't even talk about either is Curtis Samuel. That was the last part of the whole off season was signing this guy. Oh, he hurt his toe. Okay, yeah, that could actually be quite painful, but he's just non-existent. Just not even exist. Does not exist.
And who are we going to blame for that?
I, Samuel, the GM, the coach, the quarterback, in what order you want. It doesn't matter, I guess. Just add
It's
him in. He's in the backfield just doing nothing. We do a swing pass to him. He catches it for 0 yards, and then he's off to Atlantic City or so. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either. I'm hesitant to blame. If anyone would know how to deploy him, it would be Brady because he had him. I think his best year, Samuel's best year, was with Brady.
Yeah, so it's not
So
like he doesn't know the dude.
exactly. So Samuel's either like lost a step or even though he was like at least decent last season, but is he just like not grasping our plays? Like, are we? I don't even understand. It's really inexplicable. I mean, if you're going to pay this guy and sign him in free agency for 8 million a year, you got to be able to. You got to know that you're going to be able to like use this dude. I mean, we signed Hardy last year. Couldn't use that guy. Like, I don't know, man. It's not great. At least Hardy could return punts and help us win the division. Samuel's useless.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Jets injury report.
They got a couple old linemen hurt, but I don't think anything of note.
Yeah, their left tackle, right
Mosley, who I feel like
tackle.
owns us, he hasn't played in a while, but I think he was back in practice limited. So
Yeah, he owns us for like 6 plays, just like every year, and then he's hurt. Then he's out. So I'm not really scared of him.
I mean, they're obviously they got good corners, but we can't throw to receivers anyway. So, dude, we got Kincaid. Just pepper that dude with targets all over the field, and then throw to Knox. Knox isn't a bad player, man. Oh, God, so frustrating. Can't block. Kincaid can't block. Why'd you draft him in the first round as a tight end if he can't block?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. They overdraft this guy to be a receiving tight end, and he doesn't make plays downfield.
Doesn't
Oh, the
throw him the
one time
ball.
he's open, our quarterback, who everyone is just enamored with, underthrows him.
If you're drafting a tight end in the first round, he's got to be playing. I mean, maybe that's why he was the 20 something pick and not like 10th, but guy's got to be on the field. I want him and Coleman on the field every single play. Every single play. Unless they need a breather. But other than that, we don't need to be taking Kincaid out for Alec Anderson ever. Ever.
Need that sixth offensive lineman out there. Well, I mean, even if Cook can't play, I mean, I'm sure Ty Johnson will drop a touchdown or two,
Dude.
a couple of passes. He'll have a good first quarter and then just take the rest of the game off.
So
And,
so
and there was a
so
big
he
pass we threw to Ray Davis. He turns around, gets tackled right away. I don't know, that guy. I don't think that's that guy's game plan is throw to him. So
Houston ran 68 plays. How many plays do you think Dalton Schultz was on the field for? Out of 68.
I think I already saw that. You said 67 out of 68 or something.
67 out of 68.
Yeah.
And Diggs was on the field for 50
Oh,
57 out of 68.
whoa. We
Dude, the
could use
Diggs,
someone like Stefan Diggs.
no,
I wonder.
dude, you got to just get over it.
I wonder if he'll be available in the offseason.
He had to
Free
go,
agent.
man. He had to go. He had to go.
I'm gonna be playing coming home all summer long, all spring long. Whenever
Would you?
free.
Who are you going to get rid of, Diggs or Allen? Because they obviously hate each other. Some wild rumors about Diggs this week too. Guys,
Well, I mean, the guy's into freaky stuff. If he's into fashion, these fashion people are very weird. But
dude. Oh, wait, real quick on the Diggs thing. We talked about it, outside this podcast. But what's with the victimhood for him? Like, how has he become like some victim? Like we wronged him in any way? I don't understand that at all.
was it what he said or just a media-driven thing?
It's like the media, even the way he talked after the game, he's like, "Oh yeah, it felt so good." They're like, he's like, "Yeah," after it felt good to get that win against his old team. Like, oh, it did mean a lot. Like he's like coming off like he's a victim in this whole like saga. And I feel like we couldn't have done anything better for this dude in his 4 years.
Well,
Last four
yeah, I
years of
mean
his career.
yeah, we treated him like we were scared to even like go into his dressing room. Like he's got his own dressing room to the side, and then we trade him to the most perfect place where they agree
Exactly.
to rework his contract. I mean,
Near his hometown too. Like, isn't he from Texas? Like, that
he
dude should
went
be
to
nothing
Maryland.
but. I thought he was from. Man, I could be wrong. But we done nothing but like right for that dude, and he should be like thankful for the Bills, thankful for Allen. Like, and I feel like Allen, he says all the right things in the media usually, and Diggs has been a fucking asshole to him. With the comments to the organization, like I'm just that guy sucks.
He's
So
very good though. He's very good on the
it,
field. But
you think that was weighing on Allen at all? I mean, these guys are humans. It could have been. There's just
well,
something. There's
especially
like
their
animosity
girlfriend
there.
swapping and stuff, and then he was found the wrong Josh in his bed. I don't know. There's some weird stuff. But uh, this there's only a minute left here.
All right.
This Jets game. I I'm not scared of Todd Downing. Is he going to really scheme it up? I mean, Rodgers isn't even practicing. I mean, they have an extra day, but I'm not Todd Downing. I don't know. The name
So
just
what's your prediction? What's your prediction? Before we get cut off,
18-10 Bills will win.
we're losing. I don't see any chance, and we win this ball game.
Any
16 to
chance?
10, 0%. 16 to 16 to 9. 16 to 9.
Oh
Uh
God.
Jets.
Man, I might just watch the Manning
Conversation next
cast
week
or
is
just
going to
drive
be
down.
ugly.
I gotta get down to Queens. My boys.
Oh, we got a Manning cast.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
Well,
Oh,
we'll
can you combine the Jet that game with a NLCS?
no, I don't think it starts till like Tuesday or I don't know. Yeah, I mean if I was single.
Oh,
All
stay
right,
an
well,
extra day.
yeah. No, it won't
All
be.
right, man. Later.
They yeah, I think it'd be
What?
in San Diego or LA anyways. I think they had a better record.